Hi, this is Edwin and this is Dango's Diary. For today's video, I'll be discussing about materials. This is a science lesson that is dedicated to you students out there. And there are three things that I have to talk about in today's video. The first one is type of materials. The second one, we have to look at changes in materials based on temperature. And the third one, we have to look at the uses or importance of materials. Alright, if you are interested in this topic, stay tuned. Keep watching the video. I'll see you shortly. Take care. Welcome back. Like I mentioned, for today's video, I'll be discussing about types of materials, and I've decided to divide this discussion into three parts. The first one, I'll be talking about different types of materials, and the second one, I will talk about how materials changes its form depending on temperature, like if it's too hot or cold. And of course, the last part, I will talk about the importance of materials. What exactly do we use materials for? For the first section, types of materials. As young learners, it's important for you to know common types of materials. And the first one is plastic. Yeah. Every day when we go out, we see plastic. We touch plastic. We use plastic all the time. The second one is wood. Most of the furnitures at home are made out of wood. And of course, we have metals. So those are three common types of materials: plastic, wood, and metals. However, there are others like glass, ceramic, and synthetic fibers. These are all examples of materials. At this point in time, if you know the first three, plastic, wood, and metals, it helps a lot. But again, it's equally important if you're able to talk about synthetic fibers, glass, and ceramic, because these are all types of materials. There you go. 5 types of materials: plastic, metals, wood, synthetic fibers, glass, and ceramic. And the next thing, changes in materials. What I want you to understand is materials changes its form depending on the temperature of the environment. Temperature here can either be hot or cold. You think of ice block. When you take out ice block from the refrigerator, for example, you place it under the sun. It's exposed to extreme hot sunlight. What happens to it? It melts. It changes from an ice block to liquid, which is water in this case. Think of that water. If you place this water in a kettle and you boil the water, what happens? Steam comes out, or gas. And if you keep on boiling the water over a period of time, the water boils, evaporates, and dries off. It leaves in the form of gas or steam. This process is known as condensation. From ice block, if heated or heat is applied, it melts into liquid. And if this liquid is further boiled, when it boils, that is intense heat, steam comes out in the form of gas. So you see here how material changes based on the temperature. The next one you might want to think of is something like bread, white bread, for example, or we all eat bread. If you toast bread, you expose it to fire, it changes to dark brown and it's crispy. You might want to think of loaf of sugar as well. If you heat loaf of sugar, it's in a solid form, it's white, but if you heat it, it melts into dark brown. So these are all examples on how materials changes based on the temperature. If it's too cold, you think of ice cream. It's solid. It wouldn't melt into liquid. But if it's hot, the opposite, it melts and changes into liquid. And of course, the third part that I mentioned, the importance of materials. Yeah. The first thing you might want to think of is that materials are used to make different items. Think of your furnitures at home. I mentioned furniture earlier. If you look at your furnitures at home, most of these furnitures, almost 90%, is made out of wood and metals. You think of chairs, tables, cupboards, lockers. They are all made out of wood. Sofas, leather chairs, those are all types of materials. You think of the plastic bag that we take to Big C to do shopping. Plastic is a type of materials. You think of synthetic fibers. They are used to make loins, cloths, wrappers. You think of other materials like precious stones or metals that can be heated to make things like rings, chains, diamonds. They all go through this process. If you think of other forms of materials like sand, cement, they are used to make bricks, and bricks can be used to construct road, to build road where cars move. We drive our cars on road. This road is made out of cement, bricks, and marbles or tiny rocks. Like where I am right now, the walls of this home is made out of brick, cement, and sand. So you see the uses of materials, how material is important. It helps us humans to make different things. That will be all for today. I hope this lesson helps. And if you enjoy it, share with your friends, family, and loved ones. See you next time, and please remember to hit the subscribe button. I love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.